Next matchup, Georgia taking on LSU, and that's going to be the SEC championship game at 4 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. LSU's the 7.5-point favorite, total at 54 and a hook. We saw a 1.5-point move toward LSU and movement downward on the total. The Tigers opened as the 6-point favorite. They're now up to minus 7.5. Total open 56 down to 54 and a hook. 65% of the consensus are leaning toward LSU, 73% shaded toward the over. And right now the Bulldogs of Georgia are plus 245 on the money line. Now, as you guys saw last week, Lawrence Cager's out. We also got a couple guys on this injury report as well. We have Schaefer, Stokes, Swift, Wyatt, and Campbell all listed as questionable. And of course, George Pickens is out for the first half. He's suspended because of that brawl at the towards the end of the game last week. I believe that was against Georgia Tech. Now the Bulldogs rank 76 in pass yards per game. They're just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with LSU, if you're into historical trends. And, they failed to cover over the likes of Texas A&M, Kentucky, and South Carolina. LSU, undefeated on the year, 12-0 straight up, 10-2 against the spread in those 12 games. They're 5-0 against the number away from home. They rank in the top 3 in scoring, top 3 in passing, top 3 in yards per play. Joe Burrow is thrown for nearly 4,400 yards. He's completing 78% of his passes, 44 touchdown passes to just 6 interceptions. He's also ran it in 3 times. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 1,233 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns on the ground for Helaire. And Chase and Jefferson have over 2,500 receiving yards combined and 30 touchdowns combined from that receiving position. LSU, they rank in the top 35 in points allowed. Very stout on defense as well. They rank in the top 30 in rushing yards allowed, top 30 in yards allowed per play. Jacoby Stevens has 3 interceptions on the year, 5 sacks, 75 tackles. And, of course, Kerry Vincent has 3 interceptions as well. Total-wise, LSU, 3 out of their last 6 did stay under the number. Meanwhile, Georgia is 6-1 of the under in their last 7. And the Bulldogs are 80% to the under in their last 10. I'm going to purchase the 0.5 point, buy it down, and take LSU minus 7 and the under 54.5 in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some limes and some limes. I got some lines and personal leans out for this weekend's championship weekend. But before we dive into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we are hitting at 65% for the entire college football season on that website. We're also hitting at 60% in our last 20 board member package plays on that site as well. We do daily premium selections on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to on that website as well. And at the end of this program, I will explain to you the difference between what I do here on YouTube and that Patreon page. If you want to check out my current Patreon record, you can do that right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and get into another couple of games. Up next, we have Virginia taking on Clemson, 7:30 Eastern kickoff this Saturday at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. That's where the Panthers play. Clemson's minus 28, total 54.5. We saw a 0.5 point move toward Clemson and movement upward on the total. The Tigers open 27.5 up to